If I call your house, what will happen? Man, bring my coffee. Repeat them again, too.
Daddy, your coffin come.
If I call
nigga, you don't know what?
Repeat it. See, repeat it.
In front of your lawyer.
Peter, shame on you.
In front of your lawyer.
Peter, boss say shame on you.
No, stop it.
Boss say shame on you.
In front of your lawyer.
I shame you.
Down here now.
I shame you.
Go now, give me a mic.
Beat me, nice.
Oh, go on, behind me.
Never beat me. Come with me. Fuck me. Walk with me. My time. What do I do? Beat me, my seat. You want beat me? You want beat me? Beat me, my seat. Even this idiot.
Listen, there is a saying that there are always three sides to a story. Your side, their side, and then the truth. Peter Okoye of P-Square has finally shared his perspective of the over a decade-long conflict between his twin brother Paul Okoye and their elder brother Jude Okoye. In the past, both Paul and Jude have presented their side of the story, but with Peter now speaking out, we can gain a clearer understanding of the situation and where the issues lie. One thing I commend Peter Okoye for is his organizational skills. He recalled important dates and brought along evidence, including bank statements and company records, to support his claims. After watching Peter's side of the story, backed by strong evidence, I can encourage all P-Square fans to watch this video. It will help you understand the entire conflict. So, sit back and watch the complete video from part 1 to 5. Don't forget to share your thoughts and opinion with us in the comment section.
Hey guys, so of course, today I just feel like I have to say my truth, and irrespective of whatever that happens, first of all, this video is going to piss a lot of people off. This video might not go well with a lot of people, but guess what? It is what it is. Why? Like I said, I'm going to speak my truth today. Before I start, I've already apologized based on the whole Niger language help. People took it out of, but the same platform I posted it, I've tendered my own apology. I'm sure most of you have seen this. Yeah, that's a typical of him. Always throwing shade at me in every given opportunity. It's okay. Take that by faith. But like I said, at this point, I'm done being Mr. Nice Guy. No, I'm not that nice guy again anymore. It's aura for aura. Yes, aura for aura. I'm going to start giving you the same energy. 100. A lot of people will start saying, I behave childish, I'm used to it. They will say, this one no get sense, I'm used to it. They will say I'm the troublesome one, I'm used to it. They will call me names, trust me, I am used to it. Nothing moves me anymore. And the one that I know that will say, he talks too much. Before he said I talk too much, I want you all to watch these videos.
And they knew me. You see, those days, monkey they walk, baboon they would chop. I don't they do them again. So I rather they work for myself only. I know they can't be singing only me every time. Only me they sing all the song. I know they do again. These days of monkey they walk, baboon they chop. I don't do again. All right. I'm beginning to speak up. I'm not speaking up because I want to bring anybody down, but I'm speaking up because the accusation was even more like he sold P-Square catalog, that is his share. The same catalog that I ain't saying it, but the same catalog that I produced, I wrote, 99% me, 99%. Yeah, sometimes the fans don't like me saying it. Like I said, I'm saying it now. 99% of the song is me, but I'm still accused of diverting square funds and blah blah blah. But I'm sorry, it's same voice, it's same person, it's same thing. The only difference is that you will not see me and will they do the perform anymore. It's same voice, same me. I know they hide them anymore. Now before they try, because the more they hide, the more they every small thing problem don't come. Just it's music. They bring us together, but my vision is totally different vision with somebody else. Okay, so, but like I said, I don't want to say much about it.
Trust me. I know dance, sorry, I know the dance, okay? I'm a musician. I sing. So, make sure. Somebody say, please begin dancing again. I know they dance at my age. I don't, alright? I respect my age.
We have a song that we did with T.I. You know the song?
Bring it on. No, I mean, with T.I., what's it called? I keep forgetting the name of that song.
Ejajo.
Yes,
now,
yes.
That was when the issue started. Paul, you need to let me start. And the song came out featuring T.I. Till today, I believe it's like 15 years. It's still on 3 million views. Why? Because the content of that song, they did not hear that voice. They did not hear that kind of thing they want to hear. They have something to say. This is not peaceful. You know, as much as I see peaceful in the video, nothing.
Now, the reason why I say most of you should watch this video. Today is the first time I'm speaking. Maybe I'm always gonna, I'm used to the type of person that I'm always gonna type. But today I say, let me express myself, you know. What you guys saw just now, this is different days, different outfits, coming to pull me down to the media. Of course, my twin brother. And I challenge anybody, including my twin brother. Anybody can provide a video that I tried to pull him down, or my brother Jude, or even any member of his family. I challenge anybody that can come up with any video, go online. But at the end of the day, now Peter, they talk too much. These videos you guys watch, you guys don't see them. Yeah. Like I said, today, I see a lot of, I hear a lot of people saying, what exactly happened to these guys that we don't, because most of people don't even know what happened to us. But today I'm going to say it. The reason why I want to say it is because it don't reach me here. At least, I say what I said during my open letter. Jude went live for nearly 2 hours. Paul went live for nearly 2 hours. Mine was just typing to address a certain situation. Now, I'm about to tell you guys what happened. Starting from November 17th, 2021. The so-called reunion. That reunion was a fake reunion. And I will say it. And I'm going to prove that to all of you watching. On Wednesday 17th, November 2021. I was coming back from Atlanta because I embarked on 3-month tour in Canada and United States. 35 minutes before we started descending into Lagos from Atlanta, I got a message from my caretaker. His words, Oga, I beg, forgive Oga Paul. He don't come apologize to Mama. So, person is referring to Mama is my wife, Lola. When I saw it, I looked at it. I tried calling him, he wasn't picking. Of course, I was on a flight with Don Flex. I came down on a plane and I showed Flex the message. Flex like, wow. Even Flex said, Peter, free this thing. So till I get home. I'm talking about this was happening at about 6:30 in the evening on Wednesday, the 17th of November. So, when I got to the house, Paul's team were in my house. This is my house. My team have already assembled themselves in the house. I remember Paul's manager, Shehu, CP, no vex. Just free this thing. I said, guys, don't say anything. Where is my wife? They said she's not back. I said, let's wait for her to come back. I wanted to hear from her. My wife came back from work. She held me. I started crying. I said, what happened? She said, on that fateful day, being the 17th, which was that very day, that Paul came to the house at 4 a.m. in the morning And she was scared. She doesn't even know what to, expect. She just told everybody to make sure they gather. Unfortunately, they have to record the situation. Just to make sure, because she was scared. Why would Paul come to the house like that kind of a time? The next thing that happened, she came down. Paul held on her legs and was saying, Lola, I'm tired, please, I'm tired. That was it. Like, that's what she told me. I said, did he tell you anything? He said, no. All Paul kept on saying was, he's tired. And I looked around. Everybody was like, I said, okay. Tell Paul to come. Lola said, no. Peter, Paul had made the first move. Peter, go and make the second move. I said, what do you want me to do? Go to Paul's house. Meet him and hug him. I said, okay. I wanted to take the front door because I know that we have a back door that linked the three of us. Me, Jude, and Paul. Of course, they're the one that locked me in. They said, no, I shouldn't follow the front door. That the back door, they've broken the whole padlock. I should take the back door. That's why when you guys see this, watch the video of our reunion. I had a drink. And I was the one walking up to Paul. I walked up to Paul and we hugged. While we were doing that, the video went viral. Few minutes after, unfortunately, Jude's wife called Jude and said, hey, where are you? Jude said he's jogging. He said, oh, your brothers have made up. Like, what? Go online, check. He checked. That's why, watch this video, you see Jude with his sweaty green outfit when he enters the house. Now, that was the video. That was the first time I'm seeing Jude for nearly 5.5 years. That's the first time my life probably seeing Jude the same time. That very night, people that I heard, some people came to the house, almost having a full house. But of course, me, jet lag was still messing me up. And I needed to talk to my video director who is supposed to send me a video that I'm releasing the next day, being 18th. I went to sleep. Woke up the next morning. By the time I woke up, I was coming out there and I saw Paul's PA. Said that Paul came to find out if I'm awake, they wants to come to the house. I said, yeah. While I sat down upstairs, picked up my phone, I posted a new video titled, go and check it, I Love You, featuring Tenny, Simi, and Tema Braxton. That video was released on the 18th November. Quote me, 2021. Go and check it. I released that video. While Paul was coming to me, he said, how far now? I said, I did. Say, you just released new video? I said, yes, sir. So the song where I want begin the push now after Paloma. I said, which video are you now releasing from your own album? Because he released album the same year with me. So no, he wants to focus on P Square. I looked at him. I said, I don't get it. So right now, he wants to focus on P Square. I said, bro, hope you're not getting me. I'm not part of this P Square. I told him openly. He said, no, his PA now said, P, you see the vex? I said, no. We are back as brothers. Paul, we are back as brothers. P Square, I am done. Maybe in future. Right now, I'm done. He was trying to say, oh, you're still angry, you know. I said, Paul, no. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. I'm not feeling bad. It's just I feel like let's be back as brothers. We were brothers before this whole music thing came. Right now, the music thing is only thing bringing problem. Everybody, just if I release song, I advise you, post me. If you release, I post you. Maybe in future, but for now, because then I won't lie to you, my album was already doing well for me, you know. So that was it. Next thing, Jude now called. I said, me and Paul should come to his place. We went. That was when I insisted that we should make a video telling the fans to donate money for us, because the video had done something like that 2 weeks before then. I was kicking against it. I won't lie to you. Because how do we introduce ourselves? Because in my mind, there's no P-Square. P-Square is not existing. But we are back as brothers. Then, if you check that video, we finally did it. We didn't say, what's up, Barry, I'm Peter, and I'm Paul, together we are P-Square. It was, what's up, everybody, I'm Mr. P, and I'm a Wood Boy. That was the introduction we did, and we did that video. That very night, I didn't have party in my house. I didn't invite nobody for any party or reunion party. Instead, in Paul's compound, there was speakers, DJ, everything, balloons at his poolside. That very night, my house was full, his house was full. If some of you think I was denying the fact that within that 24 hours, there was nothing like P-Square existing, watch this video. Hear Paul. Because if P-Square were actually back, there's no way Paul will make this kind of statement.
Peter, what I'm about to say, if you like feel bad about it, I don't give a fuck. But what you know what I'm about to say? Fuck Rude Boy, fuck Mr. P, bring back P-Square.
Now that will take you back to let you guys know that I never wanted P-Square. I never. All I wanted was for the brothers to come back as family.
Apology. Peter, what I'm about to say, if you like feel bad about it, I don't give a fuck. But what you know what I'm about to say? Fuck Rude Boy, fuck Mr. P, bring back P-Square.
After that reunion, so-called reunion, that I thought the reunion was for us brothers. Next day being Friday, Jude, I think Paul called me and said I should come to his house. I came. I saw him and Jude. Jude has the document. I said, hey Peter, take this document, sign here. Paul, sign here. Paul was picking to sign. I said, what's the document for? He said, oh, it's to open Access Bank account. That people are beginning to call for shows, you know, calling hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions. But we need to put the money in Access. He works with Access, he knows the. I said, calling for shows for who? So what do I mean? I said, Paul, you're not there, Jude. Jude said, tell me for what? Peter, do you need to go there? I said, no, Paul, come on now. Paul now said, he said, no, they do P-Square. Jude was not like, what's all the whole paparazzi and all that? I said, no, we're back as brothers, bro. I'm done with P-Square. I'm not interested in P-Square anymore. He said, why? I said, has any other thing brought problem for us before except P-Square? He said, but that means you don't have. I said, no. I forgive him, bro. Don't get me wrong. I forgive him, but I'm not interested. While that was going on, Paul was trying to, convince me. Jude said, Paul, leave. I know what to do. Jude left. Apparently, the next day being Saturday, Jude then now sent for my manager, MM, and the guy that was managing Paul, Sheo, called them together. We all went to Paul's studio. And I said, oh, that Peter, I get your point. However, you don't want what has happened before to happen again, but no problem. What will happen is that he's going to bring these two individuals to the team. said to the team to manage what? I'm not trying to stress them more, but you need to give me a reason. He now said, oh, that him, Jude, will be the official manager. My manager, MM, will be assistant manager. And Shehu, Paul's manager, will be road manager. He offered them money, how much he will be paying them every show. I started laughing. Paul, my manager, and Paul's manager even started laughing. Paul started feeling like it's becoming an embarrassment moment for Jude. He now called me and said he doesn't like this thing. You know, he took me to the living room. He doesn't like this in that time. Look at how I'm embarrassing Jude. I said, Paul, what embarrassment here? Let's be honest, bro. Let's be very honest. Why that was going on? Paul says, is it because of sharing formula? Because in this share, we share 3 ways. In fact, we don't even share 3 ways. How we share money is, I'll come and say, hey, I need to pay my kids' school fees. How much? Maybe it's 12 million naira. Jude will sign a check, 12 million, and give me. Sign 12, Paul. Sign 12 for himself. That was how we were running P Square. Oh, Peter, you want to buy this car? Take. Paul, take. Him, take. Now, Paul now say, you know one thing. It is because of the sharing formula, Peter. So I will stop all this. Me and you 35. Jude go take 30. I said, Paul, no. Take 30 to do what? To manage one P Square. I'm not interested. And I look at Paul, I said, I ask you one question. I won't use pigeon now. I beg you. You did try make Jude be our manager. How come 5.5 years, me and you know they together? How come Jude no be your manager? You know now. Peter, you know, if Jude be my manager, everybody go to think say that 2 against 1. Really? That is exactly what it has been. So let's make something clear here. It don't look as if I hate Jude or I don't like him to manage us. But let's recall back that Beyonce fired her own father. Usher Raymond fired his own mother. Late Michael Jackson fired his own father. We, P Square, we even told our own mother to step aside. So what is all this? Your brother must manage you. And I know a lot of people start saying, oh, how come I don't want Jude to be our manager? Let's be very honest, guys. Before Jude came in, or before we brought Jude in as our manager, we've had 3 several managers. One, Chioma Ugoji, she went from being a dance group manager to P Square's manager. Later on, our mom became our manager for like few months. Then, of course, you all know Bayo Dusabi, popularly known as Howie T. That's the guy that actually discovered us fully. He became our manager for over at least 6 years before we now brought in Jude. Now the question is, within these 3 before Jude, have we had any, has Peter and Paul ever had any fight or any issue? Because none of them would take sides. None of them took sides. At the moment where Paul was trying to convince me, and I said, I actually gave it a thought. Maybe try to give it a try. I said, okay, Paul, you want P Square back? No problem. Let's go back upstairs. I decided to make an offer. Because he was trying to convince me. And we went upstairs where the 2 managers, including Jude, were there. And I said, so guys, Paul, you guys want P Square back? No problem. Here is what it's going to look like. I and Paul will set up a company. I and Paul will be only signatory. I and Paul will take care of every administrative when it comes to finance, signatory, everything. And I and Paul will go with 40-40. The 3 manager, which is now Jude, Shehu, and MM, will go with 20%. Jude does say he doesn't understand that If that's the case, he'd rather work for free. And I now said, gentleman and lady, Jude now works for free. And that's how I ended that meeting. This is the Peace Square everybody think they are back. Within 4 or 5 days, me and Paul didn't see eye to eye after that incident. Until Paul now came to me. After we went to Sierra Leone, because there was a show that I put for Mr. P today in Sierra Leone, the next day for Paul. We finally called it that we were coming together. After we went to Sierra Leone and came back, Paul now said to me, so there's nothing for Jude. I said, not about Jude. I'm not even doing Peace Square. Paul, it's not about Jude here. Can we just come back as brothers? Can we live life as brothers first? Let me even experience it. Let me experience living as brothers. Now everything is looks like there's a competition running around everybody. I don't like it. And I said, okay, no problem. More take your second option. I said, which is my second option? Man, you should set up a company, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, Jude cannot take that offer. So me, I will continue. I said, no problem. We sent our lawyer, he came. Brought the document, set up, mode of work. Everything Peter and Paul 50-50. Every decision 50-50. Sharing formula 50-50. We signed. We started up Square Root Entertainment. We started up. Now, we started doing shows, started the Peace Square reunion. While we were planning the Peace Square reunion, I overheard something that was very disturbing. Like, it was very disturbing. Proud to Paul's apology to my wife that Jude and Paul had a serious fight. Remember, we're neighbors. Yeah. And I started doing my investigation. First of all, I wanted to play ignorant, like, no need, you know. But 4, or should I say 3 individuals from Paul's camp confirmed it, that Paul and Jude actually had a fight minutes or hours before Paul came to my house to meet my wife. And this was what I discovered. That Paul claimed he borrowed Jude 90 million. Now, he wanted Jude to give the money back to him, but he wanted this time Jude to borrow him 90 million because there's some property he wanted to buy somewhere in Lekki that he doesn't have the complete money. That even with the 90 million you want to borrow from Jude, it's still going to be complete. The money is not going to be complete at the end, but I need to give it to the owner of the property as a deposit. But when he approached Jude, that was when they had that issue. And that Paul's PA and I think maybe his manager were there. Paul had already told them that, oh, listen, Jude is owing me. So that night they had an altercation that when Paul approached Jude, they said, hey, listen, I need my 90 million. Paul, Jude, I said, which 90 million? The one I gave you. How did I borrow 90 million for you? Everybody around were looking at Paul. Okay, you've told us that Jude was owing you 90 million. Jude said, show me now how I'm owing you 90 million. It's not easy for Paul to bring out his phone and say, look at how you are owing me, blah. Paul couldn't proceed with that. Jude said, tell me now, show me how I take borrow 90 million from you. Jude now brought his phone and showed Paul's team and said, hey, listen, Paul, you said you borrowed me this money 2-3 months ago. Guys, look. Jude bought his phone. I said, guys, see. 3 months ago, see hundreds of thousands of dollars that I have in my account. But show me where you gave me 90 million. Then what came out of Paul's mouth was, Jude, you know, give me this 90 million. No wahala. I go tell Peter waiting day. Now, I'm sure most of you don't understand what that means. It means I will go and confess to Peter. Obviously, there is something going on. Despite I overheard these things, I guarantee you, I still played and I stayed calm. I believe if whatever that has happened after we broke up, it's understandable. But no, these things have been happening years, and I'm about to prove it to everyone right now. And so that was how Paul walked out from Jude, went to his bedroom, wore his slippers, washed his, because he was crying, washed his face, told his PA and his manager he should escort him. He wants to come to my house. He said, but Peter no day now, Peter die America. Say no problem, Lola in one go meet. That's how Paul went to meet Lola. So the whole reunion was because he has a fallout with Jude. Now, I'll come to that. We announced our world tour. We started touring. I discovered that the people handling my distribution as Mr. P are the same people handling Road Boy. I said, let's give them P Square. Jude refused. Paul refused. This was Paul who bragged about these individuals. He doesn't even know that they don't handle my own distribution. So, while that was going on, during our tour, I discovered that some people wanted to buy P Square catalog. They walked up to me. I said, no problem, I'll discuss with my brothers. They offered millions of dollars. They can buy it off for 10 years. After 10 years, return it back or buy it off for life. So me and Paul had a discussion in London, because me and Paul were touring. Remember, Jude was not with us. Came back. By then, when I walked up to Jude and Paul, I said, listen, how far? Some people want to buy Jude. He said, no problem. They have some people that are ready to even pay now. He now told me the amount. It was less. I said, no, these guys are offering more. All they want from us is to give them a back end. How much this thing generates every month, which I do not have. And I asked Jude. Jude said, it's not possible. I said, how? That these other people are better. I said, no problem. Whatever he gave the other people, give it to me. Let me give it to these people. Highest bidder. While that was going on, I kept on insisting. And I walked up to Paul. I said, why is that Jude doesn't want to give me this back end? He said, yeah, I don't know. But I don't know anything about this. That just the music I do. You know, Peter, I don't know about all these things. Really, Paul? No problem. I played ignorant. Then the same people called me. Paul's manager and my manager, who are now our manager, now said, do you need to throw it to other companies like Universal, Sony, to know highest bidder? I said, okay. They went and submit the whole proposal that P-Square wants to sell the catalog. Next thing, everyone demanded they wanted the back end. I persuaded Jude to give it to me. He now said, it's going to take 3.5 months. I started feeling somehow. If I tell you to give me your statement of account, few minutes, even with your app, you bring it. He's telling me 3.5 months. So that's how long it will take. I still play ignorant. Waited for the 3.5 months. Walked up to him after 3.5 months. He kept on doing like this. I walked up to Paul. Paul, what is going on? Say, Peter, I don't know anything about this. This whole thing where they talk about. I persuaded. Junior said, I should send him my email. He forwarded it. I looked at it. What he sent me was how many streams but without how much it generates. I looked at it. I said, look, I just sent forward to the two manager. Now this is where it becomes interesting. Now the two managers sent this back ends out. Nobody got back. So imagine people that have offered huge amount of money on this same catalog. After going through the tampered back end, most of them came back with an unbelievable lower amount offer. For example, imagine someone offering to buy a product for 500 naira, and after seeing the back end of the product, they're now offering 10 naira. How? I went to Paul. Have you heard? See what's going on. In fact, one of them even said, bro, who sent this to you? I said, why? Whoever that sent this thing to you, or is it the distribution company, got them arrested. I said, it was my brother that sent it to me. I don't think your brother knows what has gone wrong. I became worried. And I said, okay, the best thing I can do is, we have a management company called Northside Entertainment. Director is Peter, Paul, and Jude. Jude owns 40, Peter and Paul own 30. Management company, what that means is that if you pay a P-Square 100 million, management takes 10%. Instead of that 10%, Peter and Paul are managing themselves. Means the manager can even go with 4 million, Peter and Paul go 3 million. The same 19 million still remains for the artist. I said, the best thing I can do, I contacted all the account officers of Northside Entertainment in different banks. Zenith, I said, the best thing I can do, I contacted all the account officers of Northside Entertainment in different banks. Zenith, Echo, and FCMB. I contacted all of them. Unfortunately, I contacted them about Friday. It was 5:30. Banks are closed by then. I told them to send me statement of account. All of them agreed. By Monday, I was calling all of them. None of them were picking my phone calls. I got one frustrated. I kept on calling him like this. And I said, Oga. I said, what's going on? He said that Jude laid an instruction. They should dare not send it to me. Tell me how do you guys expect me to feel? And I went to Paul. I said, Paul, I demanded for P-Square's management statement of account that me and you are still the shareholder. But the information I got that Jude said they should dare not send it to me. Can you come? Let's go and meet Jude. Maybe Jude don't they use the account, they do other things, you know? Maybe that's why. I don't understand, Paul. Peter again, the music I do, I don't know anything about these things. I knew something was wrong. Since I don't bank with Zenith, I don't bank with EcoBank. I bank with FCMB. I call my account officer. I said, hey, bro, I say, please, I need statement of account of our FCMB Northside Entertainment. He says he's not the account officer, but am I a director? I said, yes. And I said to me, he looked at it, and I said, well, Peter, you're not a signatory. I said, that's it. He said, no, he can't send it to me. He said, do me a favor. Look at this account. What did you see? What did you notice? He looked at it. He said, I can see it. Money is going in. But I can't say it. Let me just send you a screen grab a page and send to you. So he screen grabbed the page and sent to me. And I noticed something. A new P-Square breakup was in on the 22nd September. Within that period, because there was an open, I sent out an open letter for the breakup that time, 2017. But something happened July. On the 16th of July or 26th of July, I'll put it up there. You see where an individual paid money within 2-3 days. The person paid about $25,000 something dollars. It's an aggregator. They pay for more like royalties. In 3-4 days time, 2 individuals split that money into 2. Who are those? Look at it there. Paul and Jude. And I saw a place where Jude actually sent that $5,000 to Paul, sent I think 15 or 20,000 to himself. I knew something was going on. And I asked him, I said, can you send money? He said he can't. What did I do? I went to our general lawyer. I showed it to him. He said, this is wrong. But let's find out from Jude. I walked up to Paul and Jude. This is the response Jude gave him. So because of 12,850, I'm good because probably no problem. My Paul will contribute the money and give me. No. It doesn't work that way. I know people will say, because of money, they fight. If that money was not important, why would they steal it from me? Let's be very honest. Like I said, even as people are watching this video, they will be insulting me. I'm used to it. I get this skin now, but I will still say my truth. This is the first time I'm coming out. Now type at the type, but I'll say it. Anybody who don't like her, I no send. Now, while that was going on, the lawyer came back to me and said, Peter, I beg, I don't want my P-Square get a problem again. Mona just, I said, this is not P-Square issue. This is transparency. I need to know what's going on. Something is fishy. While that was going on, P-Square was on top in Europe. I didn't want to disturb myself about it. We then finally took P-Square catalog and gave it to the same distribution guys that handled Mr. P and Road Boy. Probably they thought I was suspecting something, decided to let go of it. We gave it to them. First month of, they said they're going to start paying royalties after certain weeks. I received some thousands of dollars, which I've never received as a royalty. In fact, I've never received dollars as royalty for P-Square. It has been every quarter. I collected like 3 million, 4 million. That was it. Every quarter. This time I saw thousands of dollars. When the people sent it to me, I said, is this money for the 3 of us? They said, no, it's for me. That they've sent for Jude, they sent for Paul. I'm supposed to be happy. I need to find out who has been collecting this money. Yes. I walked up to Paul. Did you receive some amount? He said, yes. Please. This amount that you receive. Who has been collecting it? He said, I'm supposed to be happy that money just got. I said, I am. But I didn't know, why am I getting this large sum of money? I said, Peter, I don't know what you're making, I tell you. I went to Jude. This is where Jude made the biggest mistake. When I confronted Jude, he said to me, Am I looking for my royalties? I said something like that. I said something like that. So I should go and meet South African people that are signed with. They are with my royalties. Did I meet South African people when Peace Square broke up? I did. Did I sign something with them? I did. But they were not collecting royalties because Jude refused them access. He said Jude refused them. All they could collect was mechanicals in their own radio station within their own territory. I guarantee that this mechanical, within that 5 years that even Peace Square broke up, they never even sent me even $2,000. Up to you, I said never collected anything. So I should go and meet the people. I called the people. They stood on their right. Send me a document that they've never collected any royalties for Peter. Questions started coming up on my side. Now I knew that we signed iRocking.com, a company called SACEM in France, which I was one who got that deal. But those ones, they pay artists directly. They don't even want to pay any management. So what that means, they get their money, they pay the Peter and Paul, they split the money into two. If you want to share 3 ways, there should be a document that says, Peter, if you collect this money, Paul, put in this account. That's the same. The other company is Free Me Digital. Those are the ones that pay that naira I was talking about every quarter. When I contacted those guys that are paying these royalties, the way I was telling them, where is this money coming from, they said to me, Peter, is the money too small? Don't worry, there are still more people. So people will notice that people sign with April. It seems like I only knew that we signed people paying us royalties, only 2 or 3 companies. I didn't know there were 11 of them. If you come ahead, come for me. I hear people say, this money, you don't already get money. Why are you bothering yourself? No. Every penny must be accounted for. It's a pure betrayal. I'm still heading somewhere. Now, on my own, I started thinking, what's the best way to go about this? I walked up to Paul. I said, this is what is going on. Jude said, my royalty will show people. But Peter, there is nothing. Now, Paul always want to play ignorant, which I don't blame him. I've already had in mind that something was going on. Probably I'm trying to see, to prove to Paul that, Paul, see what has been happening. And I contacted those guys paying royalties. They mentioned to me Northside, but it was not Northside Entertainment. That's the people they collected the royalty from. It was supposed to be Northside Entertainment. That's how I overheard Northside Music. I walked up to Paul. Paul, have you heard about Northside Music? So share our own Northside Entertainment. I said, what about Jude? Paul check. Say, don't be Jude. Say Jude owns Northside Inc. I should go and check City Morgan's album. I went to City Morgan's album. Paul was the one who told me to go and check City Morgan's album. Guys, look at City Morgan's album. All you see is Northside Inc. It was not Northside Music. So who then owns Northside Music? I walked up to Jude. Jude, I spoke to Jude about Northside Music. He said to me, oh, all he can tell me is, so people in South Africa, no mind. Royalty. She people don't tell me I check Cynthia Morgan album. What did I see? Northside Inc. So why am I asking him that question? I left. Now, until one of the aggregators sent a representative, the people that want to buy P-Square catalog, to come to the house. He sat here. He said I should tell Paul to come. Say, yo, Peter, please, we cannot go from people wanting to buy you guys catalog for a certain amount. Now they can't even buy some amount. We need the original back end. I looked at Paul. This is what came out of Paul's mouth. And I know Peter I've told you he's suspecting Jude. I said, Peter didn't tell me anything. What are you talking about? Peter was going on. I said, Paul, go ahead. While that topic was going on, I looked at Paul. I said, Paul, I know something is wrong, but I'm not going to say anything. There's a route you guys don't want me to go to. I don't want to go that route. So I said, Peter, what do you say? Let me talk to my brother. While I was saying that, Paul stood up. Say he's coming. Where are you going to? We're having a meeting. I said, leave him. Paul left. He was looking at me, what are you suspecting? I said, I think Paul has gone to go tell you that Peter don't catch them. He said, wow. Then now showed me a message where the guys that wanted to buy the catalog say, I saw P-Square royalty, so amount. Is there something that they are hiding away from us not to see? Or is there something they are not telling them? While we were waiting, nearly about 40 minutes, Paul came back. Thank you, Paul. Come and say, Peter, see you. That time we break up. See what happen. See what happen. I told Paul, how far? This is Paul's response. I just go see Jude. I thought you wanted to go and see him to discuss. No, there's nothing like that. I said, Paul, he cannot allow me to go where I want to go. This was Paul's words. Where you want to go? I said, I never know. I said, Peter, go and do your worst. My twin brother told me, Peter, go and do your worst. In his words. Quote me. In my house. I left. I went upstairs. And again, I can guarantee you guys, the more people are watching this video, most of you guys who even watch it, they will start insulting me. But like I said, I'm used to it. But I will say my truth. I guarantee you that what these guys did to me, none of you will take 1%, 1/4 of it. None of you guys will take it. If I talk, they will say, but you guys are blood brothers. So we're not brothers when these crimes were committed. Like we're not brothers. Let me head back to the story. Now, on my own, I have to start investigating. I've already known that something is wrong. For that last word, Peter, go and do your worst. I said, let's try to dig out how to get Northside Entertainment statement account. So I did my investigation. While I was doing it, this was then after the election. I mean, there was a thing going on. Yabo Joe said, government came out and said she's owing certain amount for tax. We said, because we support P2B, maybe they want to do the same thing to us. Next thing they brought tax and said, me, I'm owing something million. I think Paul's one is 40 something, Jude 50 something. I said, I've been paying my tax. But I don't know that when I pay, they assume it's for the 3 building. So the guy handling the tax called me and said, Peter, after a few days, I said, Peter, I have good news. I said, what? That Jude that is owing almost 50 something million, Jude can now pay only 5 million. I said, why? That Jude was able to prove that since P-Square broke up, he only earns royalties, doesn't do anything. I said, which company? They said, Northside. I said, P-Square money is different from Mr. P and Road, but when we break up. So, you should use the same Northside, since we're also on Northside for us. He said, how do I prove it? I said, me and Paul are also. I went upstairs and I brought CAC document of Northside Entertainment. The guy looked at it. He was on the phone. I said, can I see the statement of account that you say you use for Jude, which is our company? The mistake the guy did was to hand me over his phone. and I opened it. It was not side music. I was right all this while. It was not Northside Entertainment. It was not Northside Inc. Now, if you insult me, now the way they insult me, I guarantee you, say, even if they serve you and your friend food, put 2 meat, your friend just carry 2 meat chop, you go fight her. You know, so that 2 meat belongs to now. If I talk, they say they fight your brothers because of money. We'll get there. I took the phone, transferred the statement of account to my laptop, to my phone. Thank God it was iPhone, so I airdropped them and went upstairs. Because of what I saw. I'll pull up the account. Up. Look, guys, look at it. It's not side music. It's not side music. Paul denied he doesn't know. Fine. And Jude never told me anything about Northside music. In fact, he actually denied it. Because he said to me, people tell me about Northside Inc. And I didn't get. I check. Everybody that paid money inside the account were all aggregators. And remember, the statement of account was between 2017 till 2023. From 2017 to 2023. That was what Jude presented to Lagos State government. So for that 2017-2023, aggregators have paid you nearly $1.2 million of our royalties. The question here, how did aggregators left our company, Northside Entertainment, and start paying to Northside Music? Somebody should explain that to me. There's no way. Telling the company stop paying to Northside Entertainment, there should be a documentation that says Peter, Paul, and Jude agreed to stop paying to Northside Entertainment, start paying to Northside Music. Who signed on my behalf? This is the highest betrayal. Call it family man. Families don't steal from their family. Families do not steal from their family. Family protect family. Now the question is, this crime, when did it start? Peace Square broke up 2017, September. You gave Lagos State government statement of account. They started 2017, January. Does that mean that account have been diverting our money even before Peace Square broke up? Go and check the letter I used in dismantling Peace Square. Then it was in September 2017. But you sent Lagos State statement of account of Northside Music that you're already paying royalties on, that I was never part of. Now the question is Paul involved? Now the question is Paul involved? Then the next thing I did was to involve a lawyer, and it was a fight. When I got a lawyer, I still gave it a chance. I approached Paul once again in his house. I said, Paul, I pray say this you don't know about that. I said, what am I talking about? I said, better you come clean. Trust me. So what do I mean? Who do plus and minus? Whatever I don't take from me, no problem. We'll calculate that. Tell me how I'll get that. We'll sell our catalog, remove my money, give me. said to me, I doesn't know what I'm talking about. He walked up. That shows that he doesn't know anything. The lawyer came. We prepared a petition. In that petition, he now made a petition against Paul and Jude. I said, no. Paul's not involved here. I said, remove Paul's name. He removed it. I said, remove Jude's name. See, they don't understand. I said, remove Jude's name. Focus on the company, Northside Music. So the petition was against Northside Music. That's even in court. The case is about concerning Northside Music and federal government. When I wrote that petition, it took the law enforcement agency at least 6 months to investigate. I'm not sure if you guys remember after my open letter and the whole EFCC, when I talked about the EFCC, when I posted about it, how Jude came on live to say that he was shocked that I wrote petition against him and I still came to his house to play with his kids. That's how wicked I am. No, Jude. Point of correction. I took the company that you claim you have nothing, you know nothing about, you and Paul. I wrote a petition against the company. I needed answers. So 6 months after the law enforcement agency finished their investigation, Jude was then invited to their office because they now discovered that, of course, that the company is actually owned by him. Not just him and his wife. Paul was invited for questioning. What the letter said, dear Mr. Paul, please, there's an ongoing investigation going on. Please, we need your help to help us fast track the investigation. That's what they call it. They sent for Paul. And they sent it for Paul to come on a different day. Unfortunately, he decided to go to EFCC with Jude at the same day. Of course, they took them to separate rooms. Apparently, they asked Paul, who owns Northside Entertainment? Paul said, it's owned by us, 3 of us. Correct. Paul, who owns Northside Inc.? Paul said, Jude. Mr. Paul, who now owns Northside Music?
I was that the kind of question he started asking himself. I wasn't comfortable anymore. I said, what is this?
Oh, why are they asking this question? Blah, blah, blah. Paul now says he's affiliated to Jude. That was how Jude was arrested. I was thinking Paul will come to me and say, hey, guy, now brother do this. See. When Jude was detained, unfortunately, he was detained on his birthday. He got bail that night. So after like about 4 or 5 days or so, the head of I think the zonal head of the law enforcement agency decided to call for a meeting. I came for that meeting. Myself, 2 of my lawyers, and my manager. Paul and Jude came alone. No legal team. We sat down. While the man was trying to see if we can come to an agreement, Paul said something that was shocking. While they were trying to find out how, they told Jude, do you know you committed a crime? And Jude said, yes. In his own word. Quote me. Both Jude affidavit, both his statement, he admitted he diverted money. This graph. I don't have water in my mouth. Only for Paul to say in EFCC, this is the biggest betrayal I've never received in my life. Paul told the EFCC, sir, P square, P square, P square, P square. This is P square. Me and Peter are the face. Oh, God. Paul, or maybe can someone explain to me how Jude is P square, or how Jude owns P square? Jude have never invested 1 naira in P square. There is no contract whatsoever that we had. And the only document that just goes around showing everybody is the MOU we all signed in 2016. The same document I said that was my financial freedom. The MOU stated a sharing formula. And guess what? It's renewable every year. So in 2016, 2017, it has expired. And even the 3 ways that we share were just based on family. After all, our first manager was on percentage. Second, our mom wasn't on anything. Of course, she's our mom. The real manager that we actually employed, Hawiti, was taking 10%. You came out of brotherly love. We're sharing 3 ways. All of a sudden, you own P Square. Paul, how? Paul went to City FM, granted an interview. In that interview, never for once did he tell the world that petition was against Jude or maybe not sign music. Paul said with his own mouth, watch this.
I was invited by the EFCC. A repetition against me and my other brother. And I did not expect, I never thought it would come to this part. I thought it was just music thing. Then next thing, people are telling me, what did you do? Somebody say you're going to go to jail 20 years. They're going to lock you up. What did I do? Okay, I got there. Okay, what is it? They told me everything. They've already printed on my account statement, everything, put it on the table. Explain this. First of all, what entered my mind? What if I was a bad person? I'm even doing one dubious like a Yahoo boy. I saw this guy don't just finish me. But I took it. And then they started investigation. I was there. That was the kind of question they started asking myself. I wasn't comfortable anymore. I said, what is this? Then, when I knew it was a bit kind of serious, was when I said, you have to get a shorty, you have to get the lawyer, you have to get this. I said, what?
Look at Paul telling people that I wrote petition against him, Paul. He even said they told him to bring a shorty. Obviously, that means he was detained. I didn't respond to that. 2-3 weeks, the fans criticized me. In fact, I'm sure if they wanted to kill me, they would kill me. I did not respond. I was there for 2.5 weeks. After Paul granted that interview, never for once did he say that the petition was for Jude. He said that I wrote petition against him and our elder brother. That they told him to bring shorty. Obviously, that means they seized your passport. Let me tell you what Paul did. You went to grant interview. Everything that happened to Jude, you claim it was you that it happened to. Paul, what are you hiding? Paul, what are you hiding? Now, Paul still claimed that. Now, watch this part. He said that they cleared him, but they didn't come and apologize.
1 month ago, they called me, they called him, they called other brother. Say, first of all, we have to say that after all investigation, Paul is innocent, first, and Paul is cleared. Everything you accuse him of, we've done an investigation, no. After they told you everything, the truth came out that I was innocent. What would you do if you're done? What the next thing you do? I'm sorry.
Simple.
I didn't know.
Simple. So there was no I'm sorry from your brother?
Never.
Paul, you were never cleared. Because your name was not even there in the first place. You're not even a director. EFCC did their investigation and found out that the director of this non-sign music was Jude and his wife. In fact, Jude's wife owns 800,000 shares. Jude owns 200. I laugh when they say, oh, the woman caused their wahala. Now that way marry a Yoruba woman. My wife have never gotten involved in P-Square's affair. Let's assume it was Lola and I that owned that company. Lola owned 800,000. When I go crucify her. You think I'm lying? Look at it. Signed by the commissioner himself. CSC. Jude owns 200,000. Look at it. His wife owns 800,000 shares. The company diverted P-Square millions of dollars. I don't want to mention the amount, but I'm going to say it before the end of this video. Stick around. Now, after Paul finished writing our interview, 2.5 weeks, I wrote an open letter and I spoke about the EFCC matter. When I put it out there, I challenged Paul if he can prove there was a petition against him. Paul now went live. Watch this.
So let me start, like I said, let me start with the EFCC. Peter said he met me one time and he told me about diversion this, diversion that. Now let me clear something. If you open the petition Peter wrote, I guarantee you, in the front page, my name is not there.
Wait. In front of the petition, your name is not there. If I write petition against you, Paul, the first name you will see is your name. Okay, no problem. Let's continue.
If you open inside the petition, you won't see.
Wait. In front of the petition, your name is not there. Inside the petition, your name is not there. So who was the petition for Paul? Paul, who was the... Because even, you know why? Even if he mentioned that the petition was for Jude, the petition has not signed music. They have to include Jude after they find out he was the owner of the company, him and his wife. And you tell me this is not a betrayal? Family do not steal from family. You tell me we are blood. Blood do not steal from blood. I hear people say you hate your brother that much. Tell me how I hate my brother. Who started this hatred? If 3 of us were making this money normally, was that going to be a problem? Why did you wake up one morning and start stealing from me? Now, listen to Paul in the same City FM.
I'm not speaking up because I want to bring anybody down, but I'm speaking up because the accusation was even more like he sold P-Square catalog, that is his share. The same catalog that I hear saying about the same catalog that I produced, I wrote, 99% me, 99%. Yeah, sometimes the fans don't like me saying it. Like I said, I'm saying it now. 99% of the song is me.
Listen, he said, that me they write, that me they sing all the song. 99%. Mr. 99%, you went to EFCC now to tell them that P-Square is Jude, me and you are the face. EFCC man now said, Paul, prove it. Paul brought CAC document of Northside Entertainment. I said, this is it. That Jude owned 40 in P-Square, Peter and Paul owned 30 that. The EFCC man said, look at it and said, Northside Entertainment. Paul said, Paul, show me where P-Square is written inside this document. inside the CSC document. Paul say, but that's what we used to run in P Square. The man say, where is the contract between Northside Entertainment and P Square? Paul now brought in resolution that we did in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, about sharing formula, where they made it look like if the P Square are Peter, Paul, and Jude. But remember one time I was smart. That document is renewable every single year. Every single year. How we're going to be sharing money. Those are the period where I can boast. That document, you see that resolution? That document was my financial freedom. That was the first time I would do show like this. I have millions in my account. I never had millions. Because I collect monies. As I said earlier, I want to pay my children's school fees, 15 million, they'll give me a check, 15 million, Paul take 15 million. That's how I've been living. Have you guys noticed that anytime P Square break up, it didn't like that Peter they come back. But when P Square breaks up, I can't access money. Peter becomes broke. Today I'm the bad egg. I'm not clear for myself. Like I said, hope this thing what they do, Muna go collect her. When I take 1% of her. I said, I thought this man would insult me, but I am used to it. No amount, see, let me repeat it again. No amount of insult, they reduce success. Lie. Go check out. No matter how they don't try to hate me for this P Square matter, no amount can stop this success. They created a narrative. How do you guys feel? They stole from me. They discredited all my effort. They told you guys I was talentless. Paul claimed 99%. I'm sure the remaining 1%, he even gave it to Jude. Let me ask you a question. P Square was here. I'm talking to Paul now. And all of you that are supporting this madness because of you think it's blood. P Square was here. Davido, Bonapo, everybody was here. Don't get me wrong, P Square no trouble. We're still there here. These guys all went and overthrown us. Mr. 99% how far? Are you not supposed to be competing with these guys? Are you not supposed to be selling out stadium like they do? Oh. Today they compare me and you. With all the 99% where you get. Some people they support rubbish. Why not they continue? I reported the company that both of you denied. Despite I knew it was you, Jude. When they told me, Peter, are you sure you want to hear what happened? I said, what? He said, everything you told us in your petition is true. It's even more than. I said, okay. Here is this. Here is this. Here is this. How do you feel? I said, I can't wait to leave and go and meet Paul and tell him what I discovered. He said, you don't have to go there. That Paul is involved.
Successful. If I call your house, what will happen? Man, bring my coffee. Repeat them again, Jude.
Daddy, your coffin come.
If I call nigga, you don't have to do it. Repeat it. See, repeat it.
In front of your lawyer.
Peter, shame on you.
In front of your lawyer.
Peter, Paul said shame on you.
No, stop it.
Paul said shame on you.
In front of your lawyer.
I shame on you.
Down here now.
I shame
Go now, give me a mic.
Beat me, guys.
Oh, we're going to be angry.
Come with me. Fuck me. Fuck with me. My child. What do you want to do? Beat me, my see. You want beat me? You want beat me? Beat me, my see. Listen to you. Nigga, I fucking implore you. I implore you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I implore you. Don't beat me. 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 Yes,
Now, this incident that happened, I think, early 2015. Yeah, not 2016, early 2015. Is now beginning to make sense to me. After EFCC told me everything based on the investigation, this particular incident started making sense to me. Why the sudden attack? Let me tell you guys what happened in that video. Somewhere about 2014, we started to split our property. Remember, we split this property with Jude. We split every property we have 3 ways with Jude, which we are not even supposed to. I heard some people say Jude invested in P Square. Jude was just a student like us. In fact, we all graduated the same time. The same time I left school, that was when Jude left. Jude was doing nothing. Then Jude proved if he had an employment or if he was doing anything. The person that sponsored us as a brother was our eldest brother, the one that is older than Jude, Henry. I don't want to tell you guys what he's going through today because of St. Jude. Another story for another time. So, what happened? We have a house in America, then Squareville in Omole, 2 wings duplex. We all decided to share our properties into 3. So while we were building this particular house, Paul and Jude's own here in Parkview, the lawyer drafted a resolution for us. Everybody signed. Resolution in the sense that till these 3 new houses we're building becomes habitable. Peter now owns the house in America. Jude now owns Omole Squareville, right wing. Paul now owns the left wing. Now, because Jude took the particular one that we were living on, because it has furniture, everything, Paul took the empty side. I don't know why he did that, but now because Peter's house looks as if it has a little bit more value, he says I'll balance Paul, I think 25 or 30 million. Yeah, like say 30 million here, in order to balance the equation. No problem. They prepared the document, we all signed, shared property 3 ways, which we're not even supposed to. Another story for another time. It's okay. I'm not complaining. Brotherly love. We left it. Then dollar went from like about 180 that time to about almost 300 and something. Guess what that means? Peter's properties now has value. Because now, let's say the house is what? $500,000. If I change it, if I sell the house and I decide to change the money, you know what that means. Dollars we're talking about. Jude and Paul were not themselves. Why? I had a long trip. I traveled to Turkey, Antalya to be precise. I went to go and stay with Samuel Leto. He's my friend. Like I stayed there for like almost 2 months with him. I was there. I got a phone call from our assistant manager that we have a show in 2 days' time. So no problem. I packed my bags. I traveled. Touchdown, Lagos. I got a message from our US caretaker. I got a message from her saying, Peter, why did you guys put the house in America on sale without telling me? Because she's also a realtor. I said, which house? Do you have another house in America? The same apartment. I said, no, we didn't. I think you guys did. Ask your brothers. I've confirmed it. While that was happening, I said, let me just get home because we have a show. By the time I go home, all of them were already on their way. So me, I rushed and I went to the venue. Got backstage. I met Paul. I said, Paul, no vex. So. Did any of you, or do you have an idea who put the house in America on sale. I say, which house? Like, that house we are supposed to, where by the time we move into this house, she doesn't know what I'm talking about. I went to Jude. I said, Jude, I better go. You got an idea? What would you just say? Come up my front and before I slap you. Did I say anything? Like, did I actually? That this is, guys, this is backstage, where my colleagues are, friends are, clients are. Like, your next client is actually backstage. You say you're gonna slap me? Did I, like, even if you're, leave this brotherly love, like, leave this brotherly thing, like, what warrants that statement? Next, he wanted to rush me. Some artists there just held him. We almost started fighting. I stood on the table. I said, "Guy, you are fired." He said, "You fire me for waiting." Paul started laughing. Paul said, "Fire Motoma, I see now." While that was happening, they've already introduced us on stage. They gave me the mic. Some of my friends said, "Peter, just go on stage." Like some of the band members, Peter just holding the mic. I dropped the mic and left. I left that venue. Yes, I did. I went to the car. I started posting. I tweeted that Jude has been fired. Anybody that does business with him, this is what Paul did. Paul uploaded a picture on Instagram. A picture that Jude is sitting down. I on the left side, Paul on the side. I know that popular picture. Paul cut me off and replaced me with a recording studio. Started writing things about family. Look at it, guys. Look at it. Long story short, of course, I contacted our lawyer, Festus Kiamo. I told him everything about it. He said, "You know what, Peter? Just go and pay that 30 million to Paul, and everything is 100% yours." I said, "It's okay." I said, "No problem." I then now walked up to Jude, and I needed 30 million naira check. Of course, he has already known what I wanted to use it for. I wanted to use that to pay Paul. Jude refused to give it to me. Guys, remember, the same P Square that have millions of dollars in their account. The same P Square that has hundreds of millions of naira in their account. I can't get 30 million. You know the most surprising thing? Let me just bring you guys further. When we're in court, they say, me, I'm also a signatory. I say, that I and Paul can also sign. I say, really? I didn't know. And again, me and Paul have never signed any check. So, I don't know where that came from, but let's continue this topic. So, you did give me that money, and I had to run to my wife. When I met my wife, mind you, my wife doesn't know anything, any dealings on P Square, because the moment I walked up, I was about to walk up to her, what's she going to ask me? You don't have 30 million, like. And I said, "Lola, can you give me 30 million? My wife was like, "What happened?" I said, I didn't, to even tell her what I want to use the money, I just say, very important. See, you guys don't have, like, I don't know what to tell her. I swallowed my pride. I was able to convince her. She said she doesn't have such an amount. Of course, she was working for her dad that time. And I said, "Can you tell your dad?" She said, Peter. I said, "Please, Lola, it's very important." Somehow Lola was able to convince her dad. The next day, Lola's dad gave me a draft of 30 million. I then contacted Festus Kiamo, our lawyer. "Mr. Festus, I'm on my way." See, it's okay. He was going to send for Paul and Jude. We should come, I think should come around 5 o'clock in the evening. By the time I got there, everyone sat. This is the same office where that incident happened. This is what actually happened in that office. Before they started talking, You say, our guy first is, I better show him. First, now look at you like, is there need for this? That's okay. After all, if Peter, if you agree, if you don't agree, there's nothing will happen. Just send it to me. He just gave me a document. Guess what I saw? That Mr. Peter Okoye hereby liquidate his shares and now will be replaced with Ifeoma Omokeke. I said, who's Ifeoma? I looked. I said, Jude's wife. And I looked at Paul. It's not even Anita. While that was going on, I said, I'm not going to sign it. You say, you're not going to sign it. But you get right to say it. Many people don't do business with me. No side. He asked highest share, him and Paul, 70, that they will throw me out. No. Now I'm just looking at them. I said, try him. He said, Shebi, he's about to. Meanwhile, when all these things were happening, we were building these 3 houses with money coming from Northside Entertainment. While this was happening in like 3, 4, 5 months, you stopped funding my own. They stopped funding my own building. And when that was going on, when they stopped funding my own, I didn't want to bother that moment, and I have my reasons. Because I wanted our lawyer to come and see it by himself. And I told our lawyer, I said, I'm not going to sign this document. You say, you don't go sign up. You don't go sign up. Go collect the house for America moves. Yes, I don't need to. I don't need to sign before it becomes mine. So when all these things were happening, I've already informed the property management over there in Atlanta that here is the document resolution that we have, that this house is now mine. And that time, Jude and Paul confirmed it. So right now, I've sent the document to them. So apparently, Jude's wife traveled to America. They didn't allow her to enter. Jude now said, why won't they call the apartment building? Why don't they allow her? They say, you confirm that this building is now Peter's. Say, no, it doesn't belong to you. Say, if it doesn't belong to Peter, send us another document that the 3 of you signed that says it does not belong to Peter. Of course, they know I'm not going to sign it. So in that meeting, I now said, Shebi, your wife, go there, then pursue. They don't allow her in. So don't worry, the property is already, with or without Paul collecting the 30 million, the property is mine already. You now say, Paul, no collect them. Paul, no just accept this document. Where could they go? After all, me and Paul will soon move into our own house. And once we move in, this document, this resolution, go expire. Everybody go back to square one. And I said, so all these things is because of dollar have increased. Peter's house, or the property that Peter has added value. Guess what I did? I said, Jude, no worry. As you and Paul they move into that house, me I go follow na moving. Since I don't stop to fund my own. Jude now said, if you dey come my house, carry your coffin come. I go shoot you. Like, guy, I go shoot you. Bury you. Nothing will happen. That was when I pulled out my phone. I started recording. I said, repeat them again.
If I call your house, what will happen? Man, bring my coffin. Repeat them again, Jude.
Carry your coffin come.
If I call nigga, I found it. Repeat it. See, repeat it.
What of your lawyer? Peter, shame on you.
I was recording this video. My twin brother raised his hand and slapped me.
Peter, Paul said shame on you. Peter, Paul said shame on you. Peter, Paul said shame on you.
Now, because I've recorded the video, I left that meeting. Because it was on the mainland. I head to the island. And I sent the video to Festus Kiamu, our lawyer. By the time I was heading almost towards after the bridge, he now called me and said, just turn back, come and carry your document. You know why? Apparently, the lawyer must have told him, Jude, Peter has so many evidence of you threatening to shoot him or kill him. Now he has recorded you. If this case really starts, I will not be any of you guys' lawyers. You guys are going to sort it out yourself. That's how I turned back. They gave me the property document in the United States of America, Atlanta. That was what happened in that video. The video you saw. Yes. Let's not forget, this is not just the first time Jude has threatened me. Yes, it's not the first time. Now, if you think I'm lying, look at the termination letter I used in September 2017. I wrote it that Jude have threatened me several times. In fact, I remember that the last one he did, Jude threatened that he's going to kill me and he's going to kill my wife. And I reported it to a certain governor that time, before the governor sent for us for a meeting. And after that meeting, in less than 48 hours after that meeting, Jude posted that threat on Twitter and on Instagram. Jude posted his hands loading gun. 3 guns, and I remember that floor. He posted and he wrote, fuck with me, because you know I've got it. This is it. That is what Jude posted. And after that, guess what happened? After that, the fans started hitting on him. How dare you post a gun? Because the fans don't know why he posted a gun. Only me. And the question is that when Jude was doing all this threat and Paul was there, what was Paul doing? What was Paul doing? My own twin brother. Jude has threatened me several times in front of Paul that he's going to kill me. I know he can't. They know born and well. Face to face, Jude. They know born you well. Now it's beginning to make sense. Why you guys wanted me out as a shareholder on Northside Entertainment. What would have happened if I had signed it that day? Today, I won't have anything to say. Because I didn't sign it, you all went to create Northside Music. Yes, and your wife became a shareholder. The same wife you wanted me out, bring her in. I'm not stupid.